I think it's time to call this a duty that is Black Ops 6. Hello, welcome back to the James Ramblin Reviews. And you're probably wondering to yourself, why on earth do I have like sunglasses and a beanie on? Well, that's because I was just kind of trying to replicate the Black Ops agent style, like going undercover, looking like, you don't want anyone to know what you look like kind of stuff that you would see on the covers of the games where you have glasses on, or there's the guns, or there's the armour and stuff like that. So there is that. So before we get into this review, this will be my kind of analysis on Black Ops 6, as earlier this week I did finish the campaign and I've gave myself enough time to process that, and that's why you've not seen a lot of videos recently, is because I've been trying to get this Black Ops 6 video made, and then I had problems with my camera yesterday and it was kind of going all over the place and all that. It was going really weird because there was fireworks going off and it was distracting me. It was getting so annoying. So we're finally here. So let's get into the context behind this Black Ops 6 video, or just kind of my context with the other Black Ops games. So if you didn't know, I actually was doing this series where I was reviewing all the Black Ops campaigns. So that was Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 and Black Ops Cold War, right? So reviewed all that, and Black Ops 1 and 2 are the peak, and then you've got Black Ops 3. The campaign doesn't really age that well, and then Cold War is kind of like a flawed fan experience and stuff like that. And so in this video I'm gonna spice it up, because I'm gonna have the section of campaign, a section of zombies and multiplayer, because this is a newer release for Call of Duty, and so I was thinking, why not try and review what I can for everything, and I'm not going to spoil anything about the campaign. So let me get into how I feel about the Black Ops 6 campaign, because if you didn't know, in my previous video for Cold War, I really do enjoy Cold War and still think it holds up. So how do I feel about the campaign? So the campaign, I'm gonna be honest, it is really fun. Like, gameplay wise, this is some of the best in the world of Call of Duty, because Treyarch, the developers of this game and stuff like that, they actually spent 4 years developing this game, as I researched, and it's like, yeah, you can tell that they put so much into this. Because, for example, right, there'll be a point where you do a mission. It feels like a generic, standard, obvious thing where you're going into this field and you're shooting soldiers and stuff like that. But then there's these missions where you're doing all this other stuff, and then it spices up the content, and so it gets a lot more addicting, a lot more interesting. So there is that about it. Like, I do like how every mission has a different purpose. However, story-wise, this does actually make, things just don't play out the way that they should, if you know what I mean. Like, there's the ideas about the Pantheon, there's the ideas about how, the government's planning to do crazy stuff without people noticing. Oh, we're totally doing something, people don't realise what we're doing. And then kind of how as you get to the end of the campaign, right, you're kind of just left on this really harsh cliffhanger, and it wasn't the most perfectly well executed stuff, because it did remind me of the goofy writing we saw from Black Ops 3. So we had a lot of really cool missions, and there was kind of these missions where it didn't add anything to the lore of Pantheon or anything, but they were still pretty fun and still pretty engaging, and how the gameplay is really smooth in this game. So yeah, that's my review of the campaign. I think it's actually really solid. That I would say like about 85% of the campaign is really good, and then the last two missions, it just gets a bit weird, and you just have to collect this item, and then it's this really rushed action set piece that leads to nothing by the end. So it was like, okay, I guess. So the first half I'd give a 7 or 8 out of 10, but that last bit goes from like a 8 out of 10 to like a 6.5 elite, just a 6 out of 10. So, zombies. So the zombies for Black Ops 6 is amazing, because it's round-based zombies. There's two maps. There is Terminus, and there's also Liberty Falls. However, I prefer Terminus. It's got this really cool environment towards it, so you kind of see how kind of cool it looks, and it's a lot darker, like there's darker bits and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't like quote unquote completed the campaign, the zombies, right, because I've just been kind of testing it out to see how I feel. And the last time I remember, I got to like round 3 or 4, and then like 7, and all of that. So it's kind of like, oh, just kind of having fun here. But what's really cool is that you can get like Gobblegums and Pack-a-Punches, and that was in a previous Black Ops game, and it's not been in the Black Ops kind of games for a while. So that boosts your like energy, and it gives you a bit more, you know, energy as you're fighting the zombies, and you move around a lot faster, and it's really, really fun. I do like the Liberty Falls map, but it's just in broad daylight, so it's kind of boring. It's nothing interesting. Whereas if you go to Terminus, it's like in this dark, you know, it's really dark. It's dark outside and all of that, and it's really, really cool in how you get to defend these generators. And I have kind of messed it up a few times where I'm trying to defend the generator and all the zombies are freaking destroying it, but I'm just having such a good time with it. So I give the zombies a 7 or an 8 out of 10, because I do just like how it's going back to the simplicity of the round-based zombies that you would see in like Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2, where you'd see the double points, max armor, max ammo. Well, I did notice that they actually did max armor, which is kind of a new thing. So they've taken something familiar and they've tried something different, especially with how there's like health bars for the zombies. So yeah, really, really solid stuff. So then we get to the multiplayer. I know we've been doing tons and tons of glazing for Black Ops 6 right here, saying that, oh my goodness, this game is peak, this game is awesome. Well, the campaign, you have that really cool campaign, and the last 2 missions are kind of boring. So for the multiplayer, I'm a lot more mixed on the multiplayer than I am with zombies or campaign, and this is because, right, sure, there's the Omni movement feature they added where you can move around and you can jump around in your characters, but it's nothing new for the Black Ops universe. So if you're expecting Treyarch to try something new, well, they didn't really do that here. Because I know they did add this infected mode where you get to shoot the enemies that turn into zombies and all that, but there's nothing really new here. Like, you jump into a match, you know, you get points, and then your team is either going to win, your team is either going to lose. So it's pretty standard stuff. It's fun enough if you get a few kills like I did in some matches. Like, yeah, sure, it's fun enough, and if you're already a big fan of multiplayer, you're going to get so much out of this, and especially because there's a whole prestige system. But I haven't gotten that deep with the multiplayer. Like, I've kind of just played a few matches to see what it's like. So it was kind of average. So this is kind of average in terms of the multiplayer. So this is my really, really deep cut, honest, deep dive review of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the campaign, the zombies, and the multiplayer. So see you next time for another review on the James Allen Reviews. Hope you enjoyed this review. This was something a little bit familiar with the Black Ops Saga reviews we did, but also something a bit different because we did more than just campaign discussion here. So yeah, Black Ops 6, we actually got this game before GTA 6. Bye.